People ask me whether it will be possible to get into a leadership position. It is not very difficult to get into a leadership position. A person who wants to take more responsibility easily gets that. But do you know that when you take a leadership position, with this comes several responsibility which are are not about authority. It is also becoming accountable, responsible, and yes, becoming accountable and responsible to whatever position you have got into, right? So suppose somebody gets to a very senior position very quickly, right? Suppose you are in a very junior position and suddenly something happened, some decisions that you have taken, some achievement that you have done, on the basis of which the company's policy has to promote you. How does it feel? It feels extraordinary, and you are like, say, you are in the ninth heaven, right? So cloud 9. And of course I must congratulate you on that. But what I have seen in most of the places is that these people, from a junior position to sudden rise to a very senior position, requires lot of maturity, right? There are 7 things. Let us discuss what you need to keep in mind so that you can sustain at leadership position. Otherwise it kind of burn you out at that position. It is very exciting to get into a leadership position with a hefty salary, but if it is not in your blood, if you have not yet mastered those qualities which requires maturity, then it actually will be very, very frustrating. So let us come to what things you need to keep in mind. The first thing is getting into a leadership position. And if you come to my community, and then we actually teach here in this community. We can discuss about those 7 aspects in elaborately. Why? Everybody's position is very, very different. You come from different sectors. Most people come to me from IT sectors because opportunities are many in that sector, and people are accustomed to get promoted in those sectors within, say, 2-3 years, and they get promoted. They get incentive, they get money, but they don't get leadership positions. That frustrates them, and that is very peculiar. Don't you think so? Very peculiar. People get money, people get incentive, but they don't get leadership position wherein they can take decisions in which they can contribute more, and that is why they come to me. Here is the catch. To get to leadership position, you have to do something extraordinary, right? Not like, say, everyday work. Something, your job profile says something, right? Says something, and you deliver all that, whatever that is why you are getting promoted, you are getting incentive. But everybody is doing that, right? You are doing, your colleagues are also doing. So how can you be given a leadership position? Think about that. If you are not doing something extraordinary, you will not be given leadership position. And think about your mindset. Are you able to take decisions quickly? If not, that is the first mistake you are doing. People immediately, like, say, your colleagues, your seniors, immediately can see that thing in you. If you are not a quick decision maker, nobody is going to promote you. So the first challenge is to be careful about decision making. You have to be very proactive, right? That is how you will get to a leadership position. You get to lead a team. The second thing is recognition at workplace. So once you get to a leadership position, if you are not even getting into a leadership position, but in some sectors what happens is you are given a very very prominent role at workplace, wherein you are the go-to person. You are specializing in something, you become a subject matter expert, right? So if some of you are like that, it is for me what happened, there was a choice of becoming the admin head or the subject matter expert. I chose to be subject matter expert because when a king is recognized in his own kingdom, that is what a saying goes in Orissa, from where I belong. So a king is recognized only at his kingdom, but a poet gets recognized everywhere, right? So a subject matter expert is somebody who will be required everywhere. So are you getting recognition? Because if you are a subject matter, you are not a people's person, but if you are a person with some subject matter expertise, then how do you deal with this, right? How do you get that prominent position? Again, here also some proactiveness will be required. The third thing is establishing versatility. All of us actually come with 2 skills at least. We start our careers with 2 skills, whether you know or you don't know. That is what, when you start your career, think of that, you don't have any experience, still you get into a job, right? So what your recruiters see in you, they actually indirectly recognize 2 skills in you which will be of use to them. It happens in every sector, whether it is a formal sector, whether you are from a private sector, IT sector, anywhere. So with each year that you work, a new dimension gets added to your skill set. You don't even know. You are working in the same profile, you are working with the same line of work, but something gets added, and that is something extra. For example, a person came to me who is a mobilizer, who started his career as a mobilizer. Mobilizer is a very low level job, but he did that job very very efficiently, and in a very short time he actually mobilized a record number of people nobody had expected. Now that is his expertise. So as a mobilizer, he achieved his proficiency, but while mobilizing people, he actually took into account some gender issues also. He took into account some livelihood issues also. He actually found out people from certain livelihood conditions, from certain genders, like this. So he became expert in that without knowing. So when I was doing his CV, I could give him 5 kinds of CV, in which the prominent skill is something like, say, he is a finance person. Basically, can you imagine? He is a finance person, he loves finance, and each of you, I'm pretty sure, are into something, but you do something else, right? So he is a finance person, so he became finance, then mobilizer, so he is good at field mobilization. Then the third becomes, like, say, he was a monitoring person, because he was a finance person, he did audit also. Then thirdly, he is a gender person. Then because he did livelihoods, so he came to livelihood also. So all these 5 kinds of things you do. So that is about having versatility, right? Every year you expand in terms of versatility. Then the 4th is building credibility. Anything takes time to be established, whether you have that quality or you are kind of cultivating that quality. It takes time. So take that time to build your credibility before or after you have achieved your leadership position, your recognition. So recognition follows and everything becomes obvious only when you build credibility, right? That takes time. That is what resilience is all about. Consistency is all about. So once you do build your credibility, within credibility it becomes like resilience also comes in, persistence also comes in, your ability to finish quickly and taking your thing into finish line also is established. So with one go you can establish so many things. The next is integrating different skill sets. Now in the example that I gave you here, one person is from finance and he is doing mobilization, he is doing gender, he is doing livelihood. Some time or other he has done a little of that. Now I have given him 5 profile, right? So he will apply to 5 position. Ultimately what he will do, how he will integrate that, that is a skill, you know. Whenever you are doing any job you are doing, right, there are some written profile thing that is written and you are executing. There are something not written which you are achieving as well, whether it is there in the profile or not. It is required and so you are delivering, right? So how to integrate all those into one thing, because after some time it will be required, your depth will be required. How much, how, in what your proficiency is. So you should be able to identify that proficiency, integrating all these skill sets and experiences that you have been building over years. Then the sixth thing is becoming a better leader. You know what is becoming a better leader? Means you have to educate your second rank. You are not doing, once you are a leader, you are not doing everything on your own. You have a team which also works along with you, and that team's capacity needs to be built. And that team capacity, when it is built across that person's strength. It is not something about your requirement. You need to find out people who fit into that particular portfolio, because a fish cannot fly and a bird cannot swim. So you have to recognize the strength, and accordingly you have to put people into those profiles and build their capacities. So when you build capacities, you will be able to delegate. Otherwise, how can somebody do your work, right? So slowly, that is how you educate people. It is like, say, the helping hand, the assistant. Those people get educated to do the work ultimately, and enjoying your growth. So if you need to enjoy your growth, because with your position comes a lot of responsibility, and with that responsibility also comes dealing with many people. Many people means there will be conflicts, sometimes ambiguity, sometimes disrespect, sometimes arguments. So many things also will happen. But if you are doing from a genuineness, with a good intention, nothing affects. So you will not be focusing on the argument, you will be focusing on the end result. So you should be able to do that, because without that maturity, you will get into those problems first, and you will lose sight of what your ultimate objective is. So these are the 7 things you need to keep in mind, and hope this helps you become a better leader. And so many times I have seen people who look for sudden rise, better salaries, but with that also comes responsibility for which they are not trained. So if you are a person of that kind, you need to train yourself immediately. You need to see at least what are the other positions and what are the aspects you need to build on, because each of you, whoever is watching this, if you are watching live, then please write live, and if you are watching replay, then please also write replay and comment on what is your greatest takeaway, and also how you are going to implement and how further support you will be requiring. So thank you for watching, and please don't forget to write your takeaway. Thank you for